If you're relocating to the inland Northwest in 2025 and beyond, you've probably come across two names again and again: Liberty Lake, Washington, and North Idaho, places like Post Falls, Coeur d'Alene, or Hayden. So which one is right for your family? In this video, I'm going to walk you through a full side-by-side breakdown. We'll cover schools, taxes, housing, lifestyle, and more. And by the end, you'll have a clearer sense of which location fits your values and goals best. But before we dive in, if you're planning a move this year, grab my free relocation guide for side-by-side comparisons, commute maps, and neighborhood scoring sheets. Just use the link in the description below. It's free and will save you dozens of hours of research. Here's the thing, both Liberty Lake and North Idaho check a lot of the same boxes. They both get a check for great for families, they get a check for safe and quiet, newer homes, access to lakes and recreation, growing jobs, and remote work markets. But there are some key differences in everything from school zones to property taxes that can make or break your long-term satisfaction with the move. And unless you've spent time living in both states, most people don't realize what they're really choosing. First and foremost, let's start with lifestyle, because this often gets overlooked. When you think Liberty Lake, Washington, think master planned, clean, curated, HOA managed, miles of paved trails, walkability, playgrounds, even splash pads that the kids absolutely love, events like outdoor concerts, farmers markets, golf tournaments. Feels like a high-end suburb with a resort vibe, great for biking and neighborhood cookouts, and being 30 minutes from the Spokane airport. Now, when you think North Idaho, Post Falls, CDA, Hayden, think more rugged, independent, scenic for sure, less walkable, but more access to raw nature. So if that's your thing, big trail systems, camping, hunting, off-road culture, slower pace, fewer restrictions, and more do-it-yourself attitude, you'll find access to chickens, acreage, ATVs, mixed and gated communities. It's about 30 to 40 minutes to Spokane Airport, but about 10 minutes to a lake or a national forest. So whatever your priorities are. Liberty Lake feels curated, North Idaho feels untamed. This is huge for relocating families. I get it time and again. Let's compare school systems. Starting with Liberty Lake, they go by the Central Valley School District, which is one of the top-rated public school districts in Eastern Washington. Brand new high school, Ridgeline High, modern facilities, strong in the STEM programs, dual credit tracks, heavy parental involvement, high test scores, smaller class sizes than Spokane School District for sure. Honestly, there's a lot to love. Meanwhile, in North Idaho, the districts vary slightly up here, but Post Falls, Lakeland, and Coeur d'Alene all have pros and cons. Coeur d'Alene has higher ratings, a broader curriculum. Post Falls is pretty safe, quiet, slightly more limited in advanced programs though. Idaho offers more flexibility with charter schools and homeschooling than Washington, but Washington schools tend to rank higher on national scoring platforms. If total absolute education is your number one goal, Liberty Lake often edges out North Idaho on its consistency alone. Now let's talk homes, because inventory looks very different on either side of the state line. So on the Liberty Lake side, most homes built are after 2005-ish. Lots of HOAs and architectural uniformity are fairly common here. Yards are fairly manageable. Think 6,000 to 8,000 square foot lots somewhere in there. Floor plans are fairly modern, open concept, big kitchens, upstairs laundry, which for me is a huge plus. Price ranges though, we're talking about a large area, but $500,000 to $700,000 for most family homes will fit in there. $800,000 plus for golf course or custom builds. So it kind of depends on where you want to be exactly. Meanwhile, when we're talking about North Idaho, we are talking about way more diversity. You'll see everything from log cabins to sprawling ranchers. Many of the neighborhoods actually have acreage options from 1 to 5 acres are fairly common in lot sizes. There's definitely some older homes, but new construction becoming absolutely. Some older homes for sure, but new construction is also booming too. More room for outbuildings and RVs and workshops, etc. You know, the things that a lot of the country guys like. Price ranges here is also quite a large area, but you know, 450 to 600,000 for standard homes, 700,000 to 1.2 million plus for Lakeview or luxury or large lot homes can be found here as well. If you're looking for land and elbow room or a detached shop, I mean, North Idaho definitely wins here. But a lot of people want to know about property taxes, and that's a good thing to want to know. This is where Idaho tends to shine, but it's not always the full story. See, because like in Liberty Lake, Washington, you have no state income tax. Property taxes are between 1 and 1.1%. On average. HOA fees often between $75 to $150 a month. You got higher grocery and utility costs than Idaho over here in Washington. Home insurance is generally affordable though and fairly stable. But on the other side of the border in North Idaho, you can expect lower property taxes just straight up. We're talking anywhere in the range of 0.6 to 0.7% on average, but Idaho has a 5.8% state income tax, so that's taken right out of your earnings. It's got cheaper groceries, it's got cheaper fuel and utilities, fewer regulations and fewer fees just as a blanket statement. Insurance can spike in wildfire prone areas, so that's something to definitely take note. If you're retired or don't work, Idaho might save you more, but if you're a remote worker or high income earner, Washington might net you better depending on how much income you actually make. So as far as the connectivity, infrastructure, and commute, remote workers, this is for you. Liberty Lake, excellent internet, 1 to 2 gigabytes, per second. Fiber in most neighborhoods is a definite plus here. It's got great cellular coverage, 25 minutes to Spokane International Airport, cellular coverage, 25 to 35 minutes to Spokane International Airport, 20 to 30 minutes to downtown Spokane, quick access to I-90 for Idaho trips. While in North Idaho, internet varies. It's a little bit, less consistent there. Newer developments have fiber. I'm not, trying to say that they don't, but rural areas often rely on DSL or Starlink even. Cellular can drop off in rural and mountainous areas. 35 to 45 minutes to Spokane and airport, and most areas. Commutes can be longer if you're going west into Spokane. So if your work depends on Zoom bandwidth and convenience, Liberty Lake definitely will win here. As far as the community culture, political landscape, culture just matters, right? Not everyone is looking for the absolute same vibe, and that's definitely where I come in and try to help. The way I like to think of it is on Liberty Lake, it's got more diverse politically and demographically. Lots of newcomers from tech and education and healthcare are moving here. It's got more regulations, I've been talking HOAs and zonings, which equals a little bit more consistency, more blended. You got that suburban and progressive and business friendly vibe all kind of coming together. While I like to think of North Idaho, which definitely leans more conservative and libertarian, less regulations, more freedom focused, at least that's what the locals say. Some communities have strong local pride and a tight-knit identity, for sure. Politics are fairly visible here. You got flags, signage, etc. So take note. I'm not here to pick a side, red or blue. It's about finding a place where your values feel respected and your family feels at home. Let me share a quick story with you. Last year, I helped a couple relocating from Texas. They were absolutely torn between Liberty Lake and Hayden, Idaho. They had 2 kids, both in middle school, and both parents worked remote. And they absolutely loved the idea of land, animals, and independence. So Hayden really called to them. But after visiting, they realized internet in their price range wasn't strong enough. Their kids would be driving at least 25 minutes one way to school, and day-to-day errands really did feel exhausting when they started planning it out. And spoiler alert, they ended up choosing a neighborhood in Liberty Lake with trails, fiber internet, absolutely great walkability, and then they added a small cabin that they bought in North Idaho for weekend getaways. See, they decided they didn't want to choose between freedom and function. They choose both on their terms, and it was actually pretty cool to see. So who should choose what? Here's how I break it down for my clients. Choose Liberty Lake if you want neighborhood structure, walkability, and strong schools. You rely on fast internet and frequent travel. You want an easier, more turnkey transition, not something that you're jumping into a lot of work on. Choose North Idaho if you want acreage and fewer restrictions and that big sky living, or you're okay with a longer drive for various amenities. You value independence and do-it-yourself freedom, then North Idaho is definitely going to be for you. And I want to be clear, it's not about which is better, it's about what's right for you. Which brings me to, if you're choosing between Liberty Lake and North Idaho, don't make this decision alone. Grab my free Spokane relocation guide. It includes a full Washington versus Idaho breakdown, neighborhood comparison charts, and a list of local builders and lenders in both states. Or book a free strategy call with me. I'll help you figure out exactly where to start and what to expect and how to avoid costly mistakes. Whether you're 1 month or 1 year away, I'm here for the long game. Be sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. I post weekly videos like this to help relocating families move with clarity and confidence. And whether you end up in Liberty Lake, in the hills above Coeur d'Alene, or somewhere else in between, I hope it feels like home. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.